I'm good, Brenda. I'm not on yet. Well, that was a little loud for an intro. I apologize for the beginning there. That was a little crazy. That got nuts. Hey, welcome to Lenny Schmidts Quarantine Comedy. How you doing? This is a live intro this time. Yeah, I didn't do the recorded intro. I quite often play a recorded intro before the show. Today I'm going to try and do it all by my lonesome, all by myself. Welcome to the show. We are live streaming on Facebook Live. I might be redundant. Or on Facebook Live normally every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. This is the show where we talk to entertainment professionals, singers, dancers, comedians, musicians, lot of live performers, anyone that works in the live entertainment industry who have been affected by COVID. I don't know if you know this, but 77% of the people who work in live entertainment have lost 100% of their income. That's 100% of their income. I have many, many friends who are not working at all anymore. Everyone has been affected by COVID, so I'm not going to, obviously, we're not saying let's just think about the entertainers, but this show really is just for the entertainers and for the viewers and the people that enjoy the entertainers. This gives you an opportunity to watch the show, to catch up on what they're doing, maybe buy some albums from if they have albums on sale, some merch, some t-shirts, find out what they're doing online, find out how you can keep in touch with them now that they're not touring, find out a lot of different things. And to support artists if you feel you can. Feel free to tune into Zoom shows whenever you can, the Facebook, whatever the artists are doing. This will give you a format to be able to see that stuff. Also, if you enjoy the show, do me a favor. First of all, like the video. It helps me to keep the videos going so I can help the artists out, help the entertainers. I should slow down. Like the video because it helps me keep the videos going so I can help the entertainers out. So there you go. Share the video if you really like the show, and also subscribe to the channel. That helps me even more. Apparently, that's a big deal to YouTube, is to have a lot of subscribers. You can do those three things for me. They cost you nothing. They will help the show. They'll help me keep it going for entertainers. If you are so inclined and you would like to support the show financially, we have no sponsors. We have nobody that pays me to do the show. No one at all. I do it all my lonesome. I pay for all the equipment. I've paid for everything. I do all the promo. I do all of it, which is why most of it is wrong most of the time. If you want to support the show financially in some way, shape, or form, please do me a favor. Bam, you can do it right there. There's several options right there. You can go to my website, lennyschmidt.com/ifyoucan. You can Venmo me at Lenny Schmidt Comedy. You can go to Cash App now. Thank you, Robbie Davis, at $ Lenny Schmidt Comedy. Also, you can go to my Patreon page. The Patreon page is a cool option for you to check out on a monthly basis. You can do any of those options there for $1. It's just $1. If you enjoy the show, if you have fun, I'm trying to move over. If you enjoy the show, and you want to support the show for as little as $1, you can do it on any one of those platforms. The Patreon page is a cool way because if you support even for $1 a month, then you're in the loop on emails and a lot of communications I do with all the people that watch the show. I have a lot of wonderful people that support the show. I think they're fantastic. They've been great to me. They've been really good to me, and I can't thank them. I can't thank them enough for supporting the show on a regular basis. So if you want to support monthly and an inexpensive way to do so, $1 a month. It's $12 a year. You can join the Patreon page. It really doesn't cost you any more than that. $2. And all those, there's a button on my website. You can hit $1, $5. You want to donate more, $20, $50, or a one-time donation of $10,000. There's a button on my website for $10,000. Feel free to hit that button. It's been used by me 3 times. That's the only one. And I reversed it each time because, I was just making sure it worked. I thought it was broken because no one was donating $10,000 to the show. So if you want to support the show in any way, $1 any one of those pops. So there you go. That's good. That's all I got, man. I did the live intro. Look, I pulled it off. Let's check. Let me check the news really quick before I go in and say hello to everybody. It's all bad news, man. I'm afraid to bring up the news. New Mexico and Oregon are shutting down for 2 weeks. They're going to do a complete shutdown. No one can go out. No one should go anywhere for 14 days. Although in Oregon, if you get caught outside, you're in trouble for driving around outside. You can't be anywhere or in Oregon walking around. But if you have meth on you, you're okay. You won't get in trouble because you can have meth. So figure that rule out. Meth is okay, but playing baseball in the park is a problem. Yeah, that's true now. That's totally true in Oregon. You can get a ticket for playing baseball or walking your dog probably. But if you have meth, that's okay. They're going to look the other way in the meth. That's no big deal. Meth's all right. It's good. It's meth. It's the dumbest. Whatever. Meth and Coke apparently are okay in Oregon. Okay, that's okay. Whatever. Besides that, that's about it. California, the numbers are going up. Numbers are going up everywhere, folks. Numbers are going up. Do me a favor, wear your mask. Just wear the mask. I know they're uncomfortable, and it sucks. Wear the mask. Just do what you got to do. Follow the rules they're establishing. Let's try to get through this thing. The next few months, the next few weeks, I think, unfortunately, are not going to be fantastic. Also, many of you may or may not heard, a lot of people watch the show. You're cruise ship fans, you're cruise ship loyalists. The first Caribbean cruise that went out this week had to return because of an outbreak of COVID. So there you go. Merry Christmas. Think about that. It's a rough time, man. The next few months are going to be rough. You know what? Buy a lot of food and stay home. That's it. You can watch this show. Also, I'm bringing back the sketch show. I was going to talk to the Patreon members. We'll get an email after the show. I know I say that every show, but I'm really doing that today because I'm not running out to go to work after the show. Normally, I do the show, and then I drop everything and go deliver food to fat people. Yeah, let me rephrase that. I'm a fat person delivering food to people. Is that better? Whatever. Either way, I'm delivering Big Macs at 2 in the morning. So that's what I do right after the show. But not tonight because I got to work on some podcast stuff to make sure that it's all accurate and updated. However, I did a show a while ago called Reconnecting Comedy. Some of the people on the Patreon page were involved, and we're going to bring that back in December. I made the decision. But because of that, also, I'm cutting back on the amount of this show every night. I won't be doing 3 nights a week. I might do 2. We'll see. But I really want to bring back the sketch show. That's it gives me an opportunity to write, gives me an opportunity to do some stuff. So there we go. That's what I have. What else is going on in the news? Anything else? No, all the other president stuff. It's settling in more and more. Oh, the vote count is officially over as far as the tally goes. Before the lawsuits, the Biden won. It's all over now. Biden won. So let's just move on. Okay, so everybody understand this. Biden won. Move on, and get over it. So now we get to go through the lawsuits, and the funniest things I keep saying is that Trump is irrelevant. People are saying that Trump is irrelevant now, which is only going to set him off. I think we should just kiss his ass till January 6th till he gets out of the office. That's what I think we should do. Just make him happy. You know what I mean? Don't make him mad. He's in charge of buttons and stuff right now. So don't make Trump mad. We should be nice to him and let him go on his way, and then start whatever he's going to do after that. I think that's all I got news-wise. Yeah, the second outbreak is here, and it's hard. I mentioned it earlier. Please, guys, wear your masks. Please pay attention to what's going on. Please be careful. New Yorkers closing down schools again, it looks like. There's a lot of stuff that's going on that's not great right now. And we hit Thursday. Once again, we keep breaking the records. 150,000 new cases on Thursday, so that's a lot. So there you go. There you go. Let's say hello to all the people that are supporting the show now. That's what I want to do. Mr. Garcia, how are you, Gar? Thanks for being here again, man. I appreciate you checking in a little bit earlier. Dick joke? Did I do a dick joke? I didn't see that. Oh, wait. Did Keith type a dick joke and I missed it? Yeah, no, I didn't see it. Keith, condom as a mask. Oh, that's Vince. That's Vince. Vince, everybody's here. Lori Solanka, thank you very much for, I know you're going to see Jeff Shaw, who is one of one of our entertainers on the show a few weeks ago. Thank you. That's cool. That's kind of what the show's about, man. If you see someone here and you get an opportunity to go see them live, go see them live. Please do that. Support these entertainers whenever you get a chance to see them live or online or selling products and so forth. Kim Runyon's in the house today. Kim Runyon, thank you for being here. That's awesome. She's the younger of the Runyon clan. I called you guys onions. That makes no sense. I apologize. Lori says, hello. Keith is here with the dick joke, of course. Illinois ready to close down again. Yeah, that's coming. Okay. All right, man. That's it. That's everybody. I think we're good. All right, let's get to it, folks. Your guest today is a good. My guest today. I'm sorry. Our guest. What the hell? Our guest today is a good friend of mine. I've worked with him again. One of the gentlemen I've met working on the Norwegian cruise lines. He worked for Howl at the Moon on one of the levity ships. Great guy, a lot of fun to work with, and a great live entertainer. Just yet another guy with way more talent than I do. I just push buttons and tell jokes. Tom can actually play an instrument, and he's very, very, very talented. Let's take a look at Tom in action. Let's do that right now. What do you think? Back when we could perform live for people, when you could do a house party, when people could dance 4 feet in front of you on your piano, this is what life looked like for my good friend, the one and only Mr. Tommy Orr. Those truly were the best days of our lives, folks. The one and only, please welcome to the show right here, live in person on my show, my good friend Tommy Orr's right here. There he is, Tommy Orr.
Hey!
Hey! By the way, just so everyone knows, Tommy and I checked the sound and connections like 5 times today. We made sure it was going to work. I had horrible problems with the last show, Tommy. And you're really smart. He texted me this morning, like at noon. He said, hey, can we check this now? I go, yeah, it's probably a good idea. Let's check it now. So we checked everything. So we're up and running.
Cool. How are you doing, Lenny?
I'm good, buddy. How are you, man? How are things? You're East Coast, I know that, but where specifically East Coast?
I am, sort of East Coast of the country, West Coast of Florida. I am residing in Sarasota, Florida these days.
Oh, right on. That's not far from...
Yeah, perfectly amid the pandemic.
Yeah, it's great. Good for you, dude. That's right where you want to be for the pandemic. My parents are near there, and we have some supporters of the show. The Runyons live very close to you, actually.
Oh, okay.
So there you go. Excellent.
Yeah.
So how's it going? You said you got a roommate down there, right?
Yeah, longtime friend of mine, my buddy Art DeMulder, camping out at his house between my contracts when I was still doing the ships, and now, for a little while longer.
Now you're really between contracts.
Tell you what, I appreciate, man, it's true. The entertainment industry, wow, it's just brutal.
Man, it gets real. Just when I thought it was kind of started opening up, I'm supposed to play Vegas in a few weeks, and I think I don't think that's going to happen either, man. In fact, that was another thing I forgot to mention. The governor of Vegas just tested positive for COVID. And he's been talking about shutting Nevada down again. And they just opened casinos just not 3 weeks ago. They opened casinos several weeks ago. But live shows just started again a week or two ago. The Carrot Top show started again just on, I want to say, November 6th or November 5th. Yeah, my friend John Campanera played Vegas this last week, and I'm playing the MGM Grand, supposed to, but John played there last week, so they just opened up. So I don't know what's going to happen now. We're gonna have to wait and see. Are you getting out doing anything live anywhere?
My buddy Art and I did one gig at a indoor. It's a marketplace. It's called the Bazaar at Lime and Apricot here in Sarasota. There's a lot of artisans. People make clothing, jewelry, etc. A lot of different booths. We played an afternoon gig there a few weeks ago. That's all I have done since the end of February. I haven't done a single gig since then. But
are you doing any online internet type show type stuff?
I have not been doing any streaming as of yet. No, I don't have the ideal physical setup here. Right. That's one of my excuses anyway. What's that, Art? But no, what we have been doing, we've been playing music just about every day here, me and my buddy Art. We've done duos before, and we've been in bands before. I've known him for 30 years.
Wow.
one of my very best friends on the planet. Yeah, he's a really talented musician too. So we've been doing some stuff as a duo. He's been playing a lot of hand percussion as well as guitar. You know, he's a singer, songwriter, player, but can do a lot of old standard swing stuff like Cole Porter and George Gershwin tunes,
Nice, right
which
on,
is a lot
dude.
of. So
Did you?
yeah, that's been fun.
Well, at least you're playing every day. I mean, that kind of it helped. You got to. I mean, what else are you gonna do? You got to play. You know what I mean? It's got to at least.
Exactly. Oh yeah, it's vital, right?
Yeah, at
Yeah.
least that helps. That's the advantage you guys, you musicians, kind of have over comics. I sit around and spew jokes out, and my kids just tell me to shut up. You know what I mean? It's just I'm just loud and annoying. You know what I mean? So
Those
you
kids
guys,
should be grateful.
yeah, I keep telling them, you little those jokes bought that shirt, you little shit. That's I say things like that all the time. They enjoy that when I'm yelling at them. Well, good,
Right.
and plus, at least your roommate is someone you got to play with, man. And that's got to be at least that's really
Oh
cool.
yeah.
You get your own little jam session every day.
Yep, I do that, and I walk his dog a lot. Where's Princeton? Princeton! Princeton! Here, hang on. We'll get Princeton to make a quick appearance.
All
Come
right,
on,
bring in
come on.
Princeton.
This is
Holy
Princeton.
cow! Look at Princeton. Look at the
He's
profile.
our
On,
best friend. Oh, there we go.
look at the profile
Yeah.
on him. Holy cow, dude! It's a great dog. What is that? It's not a.
Yeah.
Is that a poodle? What kind of dog is that? A mastiff?
That's a standard poodle.
It's
Yeah.
a standard poodle. Okay.
Here, a lot of people think he's a lab, a golden doodle or some such, but yeah,
Right.
he's a standard poodle, but we call him Apricot Wolfhound. That's what
Yeah.
Art has christened him. Yeah,
He's a big
But
dog,
he's-
dude.
ton of fun.
That might be the biggest poodle I've ever seen.
Yeah.
That's hardcore.
Well, the camera adds.
I'm sure. I'm sure that's with the twins.
By the way, do these glasses make me look fat?
No, I
Because,
can. I can barely see you behind those glasses.
I wanted to be able to see you better, so I wear the reading glasses here.
I got
I'm
mine.
also aware of this 2-second delay here that's kind of freaking me out
Oh, is
when I
there?
look at the video on my screen. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't watch that video. I have the feed. I have the main feed, and then there's the video feed. I have 3 feeds of the show, and the only one I have one
Yeah.
that's accurate, and that's why it looks like I'm looking at the side of the screen. Because if I look anywhere else,
Yeah.
it screws up my head. Yeah, I'm not good with that stuff.
Right.
So how you holding up,
I'm,
man?
I'm good. Can I just say I'm excited to be here? I am literally,
Oh.
this is like Johnny for me in some ways, almost.
Dude, thank you.
But partly because I got to say hello to Jerry and Steve Rissman from Chicago. I think
There,
they're
Steve's
tuned in.
here. I just saw Steve
Yes, they
Rissman
come
was on.
a lot of cruises. Hi, Jerry and Steve, and any of our friends from the ships that might be there. You got to agree that one of the best things about playing the ships is all the friends you make and people you meet. It's just
Dude, the people you meet, I've met more than half of my followers here are from cruise ships. They're people that have seen me on
okay.
a ship.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and then every once in a while I pick up more people, guys like Steve Rissman. Now I had Steve Kuba on like a week ago, I think, and
Yeah.
so they were on to watch that show. So they're here to
Oh
watch
yeah, he's
that.
great.
Yeah, and they mentioned the Chicago flag. I forgot they're from Chicago. Yeah, that's the Chicago flag hanging behind me. I love that flag. So.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's the city flag. So yeah, that's the cool thing. It's hard now to not because you don't. How often, especially a guy like Steve and Jerry, both them, the Rissmans, they told me they've been on like 40 something. I mean, dozens and
It's
dozens
crazy.
of cruises. Yeah, so you see people sometimes. You don't see them once a year or once every once in a while. Sometimes you see people. You see them like 4 times a year. There was 2 sisters. They were so cute. These little early 20s. One girl's a gymnastic. Kelly was her name's Kelly. Her and her sister came and saw me on like 4 different ships within a year. And
Wow.
that's what happens though. They come back all the time, and you see them. And then as an entertainer, it's nice as an entertainer to get an opportunity to see somebody that you get to. Could they come and see you more than once? You know what I mean? It makes you feel good.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you don't just feel like a
Absolutely.
hired gun. You feel like, and then they come
Sure.
for you guys. And I always talk about Tommy for the people watching at home that don't know or remember when Steve was on last week, and I had Jaron Pointer on a few weeks ago. Anybody that does
Nice.
anybody that does. I'm trying to get Rhonda on. I talked to Rhonda, but we have to get. I want to get her on for sure. That woman's voice is
Yeah,
phenomenal.
for sure. That'd be great.
I
I was wondering what other howlers you might have had, so you had Jaron and you had Steve Kuba. That's
and Katie
cool.
Marquardt. I had Katie Marquardt on early. I need to have Katie on again because I had Katie on when the show was a train wreck. I mean, at the first few weeks of the show was a lot of me screaming and yelling at a backdrop and dropping stuff on my head and things like the camera at the ceiling and the sound being on. I mean, every episode is a nightmare. All those are downloaded and off the internet now. I have them on a hard drive, and every once in a while I edit them and put up a really bad clip of me. But anyway, Katie was on then. I had her on twice because the first time I had her on, the sound and stuff was so messed up. I felt so bad. I had her on like a week or two later. I was like, "Let me please come back."
Yeah.
So
I saw Katie's grandmother just celebrated another birthday. She's in her 90s, and
oh wow.
I remember one of the times Katie was on the ship with me. We were in Bermuda, and we got to go to her sister and brother-in-law's house and hang in Bermuda.
Oh, that's right. She's got family over there,
Katie's,
right?
yeah. Yep.
That was a cool gig because we would go there. God, I love that run because you would go there and just stay there for like 3 days, right? 3 or 4 days.
3 days.
It was 2 days out, 3 days, 2 days back. Man, that was a great run. And you just spent 3 days in Bermuda. How cool is that for Katie too to have family there? You know what I mean? That's really cool.
Yeah, very nice.
But it's cool. The cool thing for you as an entertainer, especially at the Howl at the Moon, and I mentioned this in the other shows, was in those rooms with the Howl at the Moon entertainers. It's either you're on at night or we're on at night. And
right.
And when you guys are in there, it's just a party. If I'm not performing, I'm in there. You know what I mean? I go in and I hang out every night.
I mean, we really appreciate that. We come to a lot of your shows as well.
Yeah. Well, you can see me once and you get it. You're like, I get the jokes. But you guys, it's a different show every night.
You laugh every time, Lenny.
Oh, good, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. But you guys it is so much. That Howl at the Moon night room is so much fun. It is so much fun.
Yeah.
And that. One of the things I worry about is I don't know with what's going on in the disease and where this is going, and first things get better, then they're getting bad. And I showed that clip of you beforehand, and I want those days to come back. You know what I mean? I want those days.
Yeah.
When there's a bunch of people dancing around the piano and there's people singing and you're playing, it is so much fun, man.
It is fun. I'm just glad there were no lawsuits at that venue.
I was always surprised. I was always shocked.
That was in Saugatuck.
That was in Saugatuck, yeah.
Great little resort town. I used to play there. It's a ton of fun.
Was that in Michigan?
Yeah, that's up on Lake Michigan.
I used to play that, man. I used to play up when I lived in Chicago. I played that area. I did Saugatuck, Saginaw, a little run up there in northern Michigan.
And then,
yeah, it's beautiful.
Yep. Yeah, a lot of people from Chicago come across to Saugatuck.
Yeah.
There's a lot of art galleries and really cool stores there. It's a really cool little mini resort town in Michigan. It's a lot of fun.
Well, a lot of people have summer homes and stuff up there, cottages or whatever you want to call them. You know what I mean? New Buffalo was another town people used to go to, which is right on the lake. And man, I used to love New Buffalo. It's so pretty. It doesn't even look like Michigan. But then if you think about it, all of Michigan really is beautiful. It's a beautiful state. I've driven through that state a million times. You forget how.
Have you been up north?
I've been all the way. I've been all the way into the UP, brother. I drove that bridge. I hate that bridge. That bridge sucks.
Oh, yeah, but it's fun. The island is beautiful. I didn't make it there till relatively recently in my life, but Mackinac Island's a lot of fun too.
It's nice. So I used to do a gig up on the border all the time, Sault Ste. Marie. There's a casinos right there. So
casino.
I played that
up there once too myself. Yep.
What a great time. Great people up there, man. Yeah. Great people up there.
For sure.
For sure. And they're the epitome of like the same thing like the room on the ship, the Howl at the Moon room or the dueling piano room. It's just a bunch of people that work their ass off all day or all week or all year and then get together at night and just enjoy and just let loose, have fun. It's a great crowd. I love that blue collar vibe of people that just want to go on vacation and relax. They just want to have fun.
Definitely. Yep.
That's the cool thing about the cruise ships, man.
Yeah. So, but yourself, probably live in-person gigs, few and far between, if any, for a long time, right?
I did a gig in June in San Clemente, and I just mentioned I was on the road for 2 weeks not too long ago through Wichita and Oklahoma City.
Oh, right. Yep.
And then I came back here, and then that's it. That's all I've been doing. I'm supposed to do Vegas in December, and I really don't think that's going to happen, but it's on the books. So
we just got to see. Oh my goodness, what's going to happen? Yeah, I'm just grateful to have a place to stay here for now and hunker down, safe. Yeah.
Well, dude, this is the perfect time. This is a perfect time to look at. I talk to my daughters about this all the time. To be grateful for the things that you have. I have a lot of friends that are really in bad shape right now, like really struggling. And, I know friends that have lost businesses here in California, lost restaurants are gone, and like you said,
Yeah.
man, you got a roommate, you're staying, you got a place to live. Not only that, but you got someone to jam with every day. I mean, there are
Yep.
pluses there, and I
Oh
have
my
my,
goodness. Yeah, I've got too much to count to be grateful for. Absolutely.
yeah, I know. And I got my daughters here with me. And the thing now for
Yep.
us, it's holidays. We put the tree up yesterday, so it's holiday season here at the Schmidt house. And that means my
Okay.
daughter bakes every day. And she bakes literally every day. Like, every
Wow. Nice.
freaking day. Yeah, no, dude, I'm going to die. She'll bake something. I go, okay, on to something else. And she'll bake like 3 things in a night sometimes, a tray of brownies, a cake, some
Mhm.
cookies. And she's always like, Dad, did you eat this? Did you eat this? Did you eat this? So it's like I eat cake all night long and then run during the day. Just
Yeah.
try to.
Well, and you can rationalize it because you're like, oh my, it's the pandemic, man. You got to have your comfort food. So,
Yeah, I know. There's a million, and there's other ways to go with it too. I'm like, well, it's my daughter. I don't be an ass. You don't want to be that guy. You want to be, yeah,
right.
sweetie. And she is honestly, she's a phenomenal baker. I'm not struggling to eat the food. You know what I mean? It's not like, oh yeah, I'll try it. Everything is like, oh my god,
Yeah.
this is so good. This is so good.
Sure.
Why? Why?
Yeah. Uh,
So, did I hear you guys are you guys trying to record some stuff while you're there? Did you mention both of you are working on something?
no, we haven't been doing any of that recently, but I actually recorded a few videos. I was I did some travels and I quarantined myself in a B&B for about 10 days before coming back here to my roommate's place just to be safe. And I recorded some songs on video that I'm going to be posting on YouTube before long. I just need to trim the beginnings and the ends. I'm like useless with iMovie. I'm like,
Yeah, yeah, it's tough.
the
Well,
the most basic things I still have to get figured out.
no,
So
it's not. I spent most of my time trying to learn how to do crap. You know what I mean? And
yeah.
and then you feel you're taking up so much time. You know what though? The advantage that YouTube has is you can upload stuff to YouTube and you can edit the beginning and ending on YouTube, and it's
Well,
relatively easy to figure out. It just
well, there you go. Maybe yeah. But I want to learn to use iMovie anyway, catch up a little bit with the rest of the
what
world.
what'd you shoot on? Did you shoot on your
Just
phone?
my laptop. I just set
Okay,
up my laptop and yeah,
okay.
to do. But I had the digital interface for the audio and
Oh, nice.
everything.
Okay.
I wasn't just using the mic on the laptop. I took a line in.
Oh, smart. Oh, great. So the quality would be great. Yeah. See, dude, you know what
It should be better than it would be otherwise, yeah.
they've made it dummy proof so guys like me and you can shoot a video. Like
Right.
25 years ago, I had to hire people, and it was I didn't know anything. Now,
Yeah.
I mean, look at what this show is. This isn't that hard to do, and it took me 3, 4, 5 months to figure it out. But they've made everything so dummy proof that we can
Yeah.
we can we can do it. We can figure it out.
This is true.
Yeah. So
Well,
not that you're a dummy. I'm a dummy, but I
no,
don't.
please. When it comes to that kind of stuff.
Dude, I hate. Dude, I know it's the worst. I just can't. It's too involved, man. And here's the hard thing. It changes. It changes every week or two. Once you figure
Mhm.
something out, here's what I've learned: is you got to constantly update this stuff because once you figure something out, then you're like, well, I got to do this video, and I'll say to a friend, well, I gotta do this video. It's gonna take me like 25 minutes, 30 minutes, easy. He goes, what do you gotta do? And I'll tell him. He goes, dude, that's like 2 minutes. Like, what are you talking about? Yeah, they have this new here. Well, let me show you. Bing, bing, bing. He's done. So if you don't stay up to breast with the new technology, they make it so easy that you can do it like that now. Some of the old stuff, I was dragging out videos, inserting pictures, PDFs, and just doing things that
Uh,
didn't make any sense. But they update this technology. The thing is, I can't keep up with it, and two, Tommy, I'll be honest with you, man, I don't know if I wanna. I'm done. I'm
right.
55. 55. I'll be 56 in like a week or two. I figured
Oh
I was
wow.
done. I figured yeah, I look good, right? I look good for 56. I know.
You do? Oh, for
I
sure.
do. Thanks. But I thought I was done figuring things out. Once I got the gig on the cruise ship, I'm like, this is it.
Yeah.
This is the end. This is how I end my life, and I'm good with that. I do a few
And
weeks
then
in a
there's
cruise ship.
more.
Yeah, there you go. Get to travel, drink, sing some songs, tell some jokes, come home, see my daughters. That's not a bad life, Tommy. After 30 plus
It's
years in the
not.
entertainment industry, right? Exactly.
It's oh my God, beyond wonderful in so many ways. I've seen so many places in the world that I would probably never see otherwise.
I
So
know.
pretty cool.
I'm at that
Yeah.
point.
Hey, by the way, other levity ship comics that you've had on here.
Oh
I
yeah,
saw.
I had Frank Townsend on weeks and
Oh,
weeks ago. Who else did I have on? I'm trying to get. I keep talking to Vince Acevedo, trying to get him on the show.
okay. Okay.
I was going to
Yeah.
do a show with him and Orly together because we've
Oh,
hung
I love
out a few
Orly.
times. Yeah, so I
Yeah.
wanted to get them on. I had Nate Sangsland on. I had him, but he's a
Oh,
Hall
cool.
guy. I'm
Yep.
trying to think who other levity comic guys. I've had a lot of people on the show,
There
man.
was I'm, it's horrible because I'm
Oh,
reaching for her name, but
Mike Burton was on. Mike Burton was
Mike
on.
Burton. Oh yeah, he's great.
Megan Hanley was on early
Megan Hanley.
when
I
the
saw
show
her
was a
photo
train
in your
wreck. Yeah,
intro.
and I need to have her
Yeah.
back on the show because the show was kind of a mess when she was on too. Have you been watching her Facebook? She does these sports clips now.
Have not.
Dude,
No.
I gotta have her on just for those. She does it's a 1 to 2 minute video of her doing like a sports center thing, and she's got a
Oh,
bell,
okay.
and everything is like today Tiger Woods. Today was really funny when he goes today Tiger Woods. They had the sports the Masters banquet today. Tiger Woods had salmon. He enjoyed salmon instead of steak. She goes, I am running out of sports news. Ding, and just keeps going. So she's got all these
Oh
different
yeah,
jokes, and she's so funny. Gosh, she's really really funny. She's very funny.
she is. She's great.
So
Yep.
I've had her on, and I can't remember who else I've had levity wise. I don't know. I've had some
Joe
carnival guys.
Larson.
Who?
Uh, Joe Larson.
No, I don't know him.
Oh,
I don't.
oh, okay.
I
Well,
don't know him.
all right.
No, but mention names because I'm always thinking of more people to call. I
Warren
don't
B.
know.
Hall.
I
Or
called. Oh, I talked to Warren, and I got to call him back because I was going to have him on, but he was on when early on when Zanies was. Oh, hey, Steve Kuba joined us. Steve Kuba's on watching the show now, right now.
hey
Steve
Steve.
Kuba's here. Hi, Steve. He said you're goddamn right. I don't know what that means. He's probably
Ah,
backing us up on the good times of singing and dancing in a room. Anyway, I
yep.
talked to Warren B. Hall early on when I was doing the show, but he had a couple of gigs, and I was like,
Oh,
he was so
okay.
excited. He's
Yep.
like, I got a gig, I gotta go. Click. I'm like, okay. Okay. I don't blame you.
For sure.
I would too if I had a gig. I wouldn't be talking to you.
No,
So, but then I think that's all. But I have so many people on the show, so there'll be more,
sure. Yeah.
and some people I'll have
Yeah.
back. How now you've been doing How, which is dueling pianos. Do you do How on land as well? And how did you hook up with those guys?
Yeah, I actually started my very first dueling piano gigs were at the end of 2001, up in Michigan. First place I ever played was Lansing, Michigan at Rum Runners that used to
In,
be open. Rum Runners, I think they still have a location in Destin, Florida open, but they had several locations. That's kind of where I cut my teeth. I played in Mishawaka, Indiana a lot, and then just kind of freelance all over the place. And then around 2012, an agent from Chicago contacted me, and I played on the Epic, and been doing that since then.
nice. And so 2001, you
Yeah,
started doing with how? So
doing dueling. So yeah,
you're probably about
18 years now.
17 then, about 17 years old then.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Thank
good.
you.
Right on, no problem. Yeah, that's how I roll.
No, that clip you show, that's like 10 years ago. That was 2010 in Saugatuck.
Oh,
So
right on. Okay, cool. Very
yeah.
cool. And Mishawaka, I've done Mishawaka. Dude, this is horrible. I had my honeymoon in Mishawaka, Indiana. So
Ah,
yeah, I don't blame my ex for divorcing me at all. Actually, now that I say that out loud, that makes complete sense. I had a week of one nighters. I go, what if I book? I was smoking back then. What if I
ooh.
book? What if I book the honeymoon suite at the hotel? So I'll call them up and see if I can get a better deal. She's like, that sounds great. And I took her to Mishawaka
Uh,
for her honeymoon. So there you go.
oh, yeah, well,
That's why she hates me.
you could do worse. You really could do worse
No, you
than
couldn't, Tommy.
Mishawaka for
Not
honeymoon.
really. No,
You
no.
could have taken her to Gary, Indiana, for God's
Okay, you're
sakes.
absolutely right. It's only 15 minutes away from there, by the way. I could have gone just west. You know what I mean? Tried that.
Right.
She would have enjoyed
But
Gary, Indiana.
there was a funny bone next door to the club I used to play in Mishawaka,
Oh
actually.
yeah.
I remember Kevin Nealon was there one night. I didn't see him or anything, but Tommy Chong played there one time. I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, Funny Bone right
Was
next
that
to Rum Runners in Mishawaka
was
there.
that in Mishawaka or I remember that club. I remember that area. I remember Northern because that
It
was
was
the
in
only thing up there.
Mishawaka.
There was a club up there
Yep.
too. I used to play Fort Wayne. There was a club called Snickers, which isn't there anymore, and that's a
Oh,
club.
okay. Yeah.
There was a ton of stuff. That whole, you know what, that state line ride going. You do Northern Indiana, Southern Michigan. What is that? The 90 or the 94 that goes?
80-90.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then
yeah.
I-94.
There's
Yep.
you take that road. You could do a string of one nighters from one side of the state to the other and go back and not repeat one. But there was a day when there was that much work back then. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
Mishawaka, all that stuff on the state line, Goshen, all up and down. You know, it's all kinds of
Yep.
gigs. There was a great gig in Goshen for years. I did.
Oh, okay.
It
Yep.
was a hotel.
Oh.
Man, it was fun. It's funny because it was back when sometimes you would do those hotels. Some of them were really cool. You know, I mean,
Yep.
some sucked, but some were. You were amazed. How much?
I'm amazed at what's that?
No, you're amazed. What? Go ahead. Ask.
I'm amazed at what you do, period. You guys, stand-up comedy, boy, travel around and do those shows everywhere.
Oh, I
That's
appreciate
just
that.
stand
Thank
up
you.
there by yourself and entertain people. I got a piano and all these songs to hide behind when I
Yeah, but
entertain.
you always, it's funny because every comic says that about musicians and every musician says that about comics. We always
The
look
other
at
way around,
you
yeah.
and we're like, you guys are so good. You're talented. You got all these songs you can play. And you're like, you guys don't have anything. And you're like, we have both so much respect for each other on those levels. But
Yeah.
we're both amazed at how much talent the other one really has. You know what I mean? And one of the cool things about
sure.
Howl and you guys was you guys combine it. You're a good player and you play and you're entertaining and you play the room. You know, it's very cool. It's very cool to watch. You know what I mean? Comics,
Yeah.
that's all we know how to do is tell jokes. And that's all I got. This is all I got, Tommy. This is all I got to offer. I got news for you. This is the
A
top.
lot.
Yeah. Now, how
Nothing
much?
like laughter.
No, it's worked. Hey, it's worked for me up till now, man. So, what laugh? I'm kidding. Steve Kuba just is referring to my honeymoon line. Okay. How much were you working the road as a musician a bit before you had to do some of that?
Yeah, I mean, God, back in the 80s, I'm dating myself. You know, I was in a bar band for several years. We were a cover bar band in Michigan, Ohio, Indiana. Did that through the 80s and then played a lot of solo gigs. I played a lot of weddings. As far as being on the road, not really. I mean, all those gigs in the 80s, we would generally come back home between and then go out the next Monday. And rather than being gone continuously,
Right.
that's been more. I've gotten more used to that in recent years with the dueling thing, and especially with ships being gone away from home. And actually, one of the big reasons I did move down to Florida is because there's a lot more gigs on land down here, and I
Right.
want to start sleeping in my own bed more often again.
Yeah.
You know, I
Wow.
still want to do the ships, of course, and everything, but you know, I don't want to be gone away consistently all the time.
Right. Long period of time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're in the right place for it now, man. You can get well. You know,
Yeah,
careful what you wish for. You know, like you're wishing to sleep in your bed more, and guess what? You got it. So there you go.
That's true.
Yeah.
It is true. You know, we've got to find a balance, I guess. And so far, I'm really impressed with this area, especially, you know, we're going into the perfect time of year down here. The weather is just gorgeous in the winter.
Yeah.
The summers are a little brutal, but yeah, there's a lot of venues, a lot of cool people, and I'm pretty excited about being down here.
Are you guys? How open are you guys still? I don't know what the numbers are like in Florida. Or
Well, yeah, I mean, everything opened back up completely
right.
last I knew. Me and my roommate stayed pretty much, we go to outdoor venues, one in particular that's close by that has live entertainment, but it's all open air and outdoors. But I mean, things have been pretty open. Yeah.
Well, that's good. That's good. Good for you guys.
Yeah, and yeah, so I think some of the gigs are out there. I'm just, you know, in any small spaces with a lot of people might be present. I'm a little leery, I have to admit, about going in and exposing myself. I'm not a spring chicken anymore, as they say.
No, I know you got to be pushing 42.
You're so cool. Thank you.
Yeah. Also, when you're in a state like that, when it's kind of open, or it is open, and there's a lot going on, people start to feel complacent. You know what I mean? People just start to feel like,
Yeah.
what was that COVID thing? Remember that? You know what I mean? And you're like, oh no,
Sure.
there's no member. You should remember COVID. Remember it
Remember.
now. It's still there. Still remember it. Yeah, it hasn't gone
That
anywhere.
makes me think of Beyond Thunderdome, Mad Max 3. Remember this?
Remember,
There was a whole part with the
remember
um
this?
remember this? But anyway, yeah, I think everybody's so tired. I mean, complacency and just I feel it myself. Everybody's like, God, how long can we keep living like this? But I mean, you know, we have to some degree, I'm still going to be really careful, but live my life to some degree too. I think for everybody, it's about making your own personal choices. But I'm definitely, I'm wearing my mask when I'm out with other people. I don't want to
Right.
get sick and I don't want to get anybody else sick. And I think I won't go too far here, but I think if we'd all just been just wearing the masks and had leaders that would have told us to wear the mask, we might be doing better.
No,
And
you're.
okay,
I think you're right, but I think you're right, but I also think, yeah, it was not handled right, and we should have worn the mask, and we should have done that. But
yeah, just
with this
you
second,
know,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, yeah, you go ahead. That's cool.
Um, this second wave is coming back so weird and strong. Also, not just here. I'm reading the news and people are talking about the election, and the conspiracy people are doing. Oh, really? Trump loses, and then they found a vaccine, and that's ironic. This is ironic. This is ironic. And I'm like, there's Italy shut down again. Italy is shut down, and there's other countries that are
Uh-huh.
not doing very well. India, right? India is leading the world, I think, with numbers. They're shut down, and Europe went through. I mean, this second wave is pretty powerful everywhere. They're having hospital issues in England again, in the UK. This
Hmm.
second wave is
Yeah, it's
really
everywhere.
intense.
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
so I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying we shouldn't have worn the mask or we should have shut down for 2 months. Maybe we should have. Maybe if we did shut down for 2 months, there wouldn't be such a strong second wave coming back. But everybody knew that.
We'd still be dealing with it,
Yeah.
undoubtedly. Yeah, it's just maybe not quite as bad, but
Well,
you know,
dude. I'm worried about the next. I'm really worried about the next few weeks. I'm gonna talk to the girls about this. At least the winter. I'm worried about the winter. I'll be honest with you. It won't be
yeah.
a massive thing like for you because Florida the weather's nice. For me, I'm in California. Our weather's is decent. It's not bad. It was a little chilly this week, but it's gonna be back into 80 next week. I mean, it's gonna be nice. But Iowa, Illinois, Wisconsin, Michigan, Canada, anywhere up north. When the cold weather and people start going back in houses, man, I just and
It's gonna be
now
rough,
with the
difficult. Yeah.
with the holidays, I'm worried about two things. I'm worried about the disease itself, but it's going to be a rough winter for a lot of people, man. You're fortunate. I'm lucky with my daughters, and you're lucky you're with a friend.
Hmm.
The holidays are the hardest time for anybody, and the holidays
I
this year
know.
are going to be the worst for a lot of people. It's going to be a hard time.
It is the toll as far as anxiety and depression is just huge for
Right.
everybody. I know I've felt it, man. I've had some, yeah, rough days here and there.
Yeah. How you doing?
But
It's a good thing you got a
I'm
buddy
good
there.
though.
That's good. Thank God you
Yeah, no,
think I get a friend there. That helps.
I
You
got
know?
so much to be thankful for.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
doing
good.
good.
Plus, you got the dog. You got Prentice. Prentice is Prentice.
Yeah, Princeton. Yeah,
Princeton. I don't want to insult Princeton. I'm sorry.
Princeton.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't want to
Yeah, he's
piss
pretty
him off.
cool.
That's a big poodle. Yeah, that's what I worry. Well, I hope we're going to be. We'll see what happens, man. If we get through the winter, I don't know, man. I don't know what to think
Yeah,
anymore. I was really hoping we were going to turn
we
a
will.
strong corner there, and going into the winter, things got really shitty and stuff. But you know what? Like you said, this sounds silly. This is going to sound like a weird analogy. Let me finish this before you laugh hysterically at me. It's almost on an equal level. The bottom line is this: your mind is a powerful thing. Okay, your mind can adjust to and adapt to wherever you are and wherever you're living. And if you focus on the things you have and your positive things and the good things, and you push yourself and you motivate yourself every day, you can push your mind to be in a good place. If you sit around and focus on the negative things and the things you don't have and the things you lost, you're going to go down a rabbit hole and you're going to be in a bad place. And that's what's going to hurt people. And that's where people are in a bad shape. And I always think about little things like this. Look at living on a cruise ship. People talk about living on
Yeah.
when you work on a cruise ship. Everyone talks about cruises, and I'm not, I love working on cruise ships. They're a blast, and people love going on cruises. And you and I have had the pleasure of working as entertainers on cruise ships, but we're only on the ship for maybe a week to 4 to 6 weeks, maybe. There's people that live on the ships for 9 months, man, and that's a total mental adjustment to live in a small
Yeah.
room and not be able to see your family and not to have internet in the middle of the day or the littlest thing you don't have for 9 months, and you have to mentally adjust. Well, this is what my life is going to be now, and then you focus on the positive things, like on the gym. Or in the cruise ship, you have a gym. You can go work out all the time.
Jim?
You're traveling. You
Yep.
go to ports. You have lots of friends you meet that are really good. I mean, your mind you control your mind. You control where your mind's going to go. I mean, you have more control. Most people do.
I'm a big
Yeah, I mean, most
believer
people.
in that.
There's a lot of
Yeah.
and there's a lot of and most people do that. Some people can't. I look at someone. Some people have. Look at Robin Williams is a good example. He's a great example. Some people, the mind is a powerful thing. Some people can't control it. Some people can't turn it on. Some people can't deal with it. So you have to push yourself and train yourself as much as you can, and try to be positive. That's all you can do. That's your only option.
Yep. Absolutely. Yep.
I mean, the only other option is to sit around and mope. You don't want to mope.
We don't want to do that.
No, you don't want to mope.
No.
Tell me the dog's name again. I forgot it already.
Oh, it's Princeton.
Princeton.
Yeah.
Why do I forget Princeton? Like the university.
Just think Prince. Just think Prince for short.
That's better. See, I always associate names with football teams. Football has something to do with a number thing for me. I can always associate something with football. Like a phone number is
right.
Walter Payton. Okay, whatever. Everything is sports with me. I got news for you.
Here he is.
Hey, yeah.
Back.
Look, dude, he's taller than you.
Princeton.
Princeton,
Get him looking
you're
good.
on live. Princeton, you're on live. He's like, I'm not looking at him. It's not happening. I didn't sign a release form for this show. That's what Princeton's thinking right now.
He wants me to take him for a walk. I take him for a lot of walks, so that's the good thing. I'm getting outside and getting exercise quite a bit. Like that's important too, obviously. And,
dude, it really helps to be
like you said,
in those warm climates to get out and walk around. We walk like crazy. We go on walks constantly here. You know what I mean? It really helps.
Yeah.
And the air's clear. The air has been beautiful. Even the weather's perfect here right now. We're at that. I like 60. I'm a big fan of 60 and sunny. Oh man, that's the best for me.
Yeah.
I'm a
Where
big
you're
fan.
located? Where again?
Well, I'm in the LA area. I'm in Sherman Oaks, but but we're getting a cold. We're having a little cold spell. We had about a week of cold. It was 42 degrees the other morning here. So
wow.
The mornings are cold here. I mean, we're just getting pretty cold, but it's gonna be back up into that's our winters. Our winters go from 60 to 80. So it'll be 85 on it'll be 80, 85 on Sunday and Monday. So that's why I love the winter here. I get the best of both worlds.
Yep.
I get that hot water and then I get the cold. Let's go to the board, man. Let's go to the board and see who's here. Because people are asking questions.
Who says what?
Someone's saying icky ticky tacky. I don't know why the Runions are saying that. And what I'm putting the glasses on. All right, here we go.
Ricky Tikki Tavi?
Is that it? Yeah.
I don't know.
What is that? I know that means something.
That does mean something, but it's a story about a road thing.
All right.
I don't know. My ignorance is showing. I know the title, and that's it.
Okay, Robbie Davis says you have a beautiful dog. Here we go. Now we're moving.
Oh. Yeah, Princeton.
Oh, and Lori Solanka also says adorable. She says so adorable. I don't know if that's me, you, or the dog. She wasn't clear.
Yeah.
But she did put
the dog.
She put a dog emoji, so I'm willing to say it's probably the dog. Probably the dog.
All right, we'll take it.
I don't know. My buddy Mike Garcia says he's got a mini version of Princeton.
Oh, okay. Miniature poodle?
Miniature poodle. Yeah. Oh, also, Lori, I saw you made a comment. You are going to see Jeff Shaw. Jeff Shaw he's a carnival comic. I don't think he did any levity ships, but he is a cruise ship comic.
Okay.
There's different ships. Some comics only work one or the other. I was one of the guys that worked both. There's 3 or 4 different lines, princess and stuff. And then, but Jeff just did carnival for a while. Gar said like jail. That's where I was going with that analogy, Gar. Yeah. Well, I was talking about your mind is a powerful thing. You can adjust to living wherever you are. And people,
right.
When people I know that show entertainers and the dancers that work on cruise ships, they call cruise ships a fancy jail. That's what they call it. Is it's a fancy jail
Uh,
because there's a lot of things you can't, and it's tougher for them because they have a list of shit they got to do. You know what I mean?
they do. They have other duties and they have longer
Long
contracts,
and
like
longer
you're saying.
days. Long. You know,
Yeah.
they'll work all day long.
Yep.
You know, they're doing easy 14-hour days, and a lot of them are doing split days. You know, most of them do work 6 hours, off for 2 hours, go back for 6. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's kind of like a fan. That's it. Your mind. It's a mindset thing. It's like a jail thing. So if you look at it that way, it's easy to look at this situation and go, wow, how lucky am I that I'm stuck in my
Yep.
house with my kids and I can cook food and watch cable and you know what I mean? It could be a lot worse. You
Yep.
know?
That's
Absolutely.
true. That's very true.
All right, showgirl trampolines. Oh, the main showgirls on trampolines. Tiki Taki. It's German. Okay, all right. Now I got it. Mike's poodle's named Jack. It's a great name for a poodle, dude. Jack. That's the best. Jack, come here. All right. It's 27 in Chicago tonight. Oh, that's rough, Gar. Sorry.
Wow. 27
Uh,
degrees Fahrenheit.
yeah, Fahrenheit doesn't matter, right? Fahrenheit. What's
Well,
Celsius?
yeah. No,
What's
I
27
know that it's
Celsius?
been unseasonably warm up in some parts, like Michigan, and I've got a friend in the Finger Lakes. Said it was in the 70s the last couple days up there. It's been really nice, I guess, but it changes really quick too
What's the
up
Finger
there.
Lakes? Where's the Finger Lakes? Where's that?
Oh, that's in New York State, near Syracuse, New York. It's the Finger Lakes,
Cool.
Lake
I
Auburn,
like that.
Lake
Oh, nice.
Owasco.
Bunch of little lakes and stuff.
Yeah,
That's awesome. All right, that's cool. I like
yeah,
that.
it's a really nice area. There's a bunch of wineries there too.
Yeah.
Yeah, New York State is pretty cool. I'm actually originally from way up north in New York State, Watertown, real small little town up very close to Canada, actually.
Wow.
Hey,
There you go. Threw in a little A there to make it cool. There you go. I like it.
hey, yeah. Oh, you
Uh,
betcha.
how
Yeah.
long? Say sorry. Say sorry. This is another big Canadian
Sorry,
thing. Sorry. Every time I meet, I'm from Canada.
sorry.
Sorry. What do you mean? I'm just kidding. It's the name, the thing. They always say sorry. Everything is sorry.
Yeah,
Uh,
they're very polite up there. And,
they what?
well, they're very polite and kind.
Extremely polite.
Canadians are just
They're very
yeah,
polite.
they're really cool.
Yeah, they're very
Yeah.
nice, polite, proper. I like it. I always like. Did you ever work in Canada?
I actually have not, but
Okay.
it's weird that, and I lived in Michigan, and yet I worked in the Sioux, as they say, Sault Ste. Marie.
Right.
There was some gigs in Windsor that I was gonna do one time, and I didn't end up doing. So nope, never worked
Okay.
in Canada yet.
I
Yourself?
I worked in the BC over on the West Coast, so I did a bunch of stuff. There used to be a gig. This was a great gig. It was a run through Victoria Island, and you had to take a ferry to all the gigs. So, and for years ago,
Uh,
when I started out, I used to live in different parts of the country for significant amounts of times and work that region. So, like, I'd live in Chicago and work the region for 3 or 4 months. Then go to LA and do the Comedy Store or whatever for 3 months. And then I lived in Seattle and I worked the Northwest for like 3 months. And I worked all over everything up there, Idaho. But then we do this run that was on ferries, and you'd have to go to Victoria Island, and you just took a ferry everywhere, and then drove through Canada. It was a blast. I had so much fun. I remember when I started doing it, the beer was stronger up there. I forgot because they have
uh,
stronger beer in Canada. So I would
yeah,
get hammered. I'd be like, "Why am I? I don't understand." Drinking Molson. Like, it's stronger.
Molson or Moosehead.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Yeah,
Yeah, Molson, Moosehead, all of the good. Yeah, it was just. I think it's like
yeah.
it's way stronger. It's almost double. But yeah, knocked me on my ass. But yeah, that was pretty intense. All right, man.
Good
That's it.
times.
Oh, Lori has dual citizenship. Good for her. All right.
Oh,
Stuck in your house with your ex-wife. Make a positive out of that. that's, that's my friend Vince. That's a joke from my ex now. Sort of. Sort of. Okay. 27 Fahrenheit. That's what it is. Okay. You guys are great. I have so many supporters. You guys are really, really, really great. I appreciate it. Tommy,
yeah.
what else, man? What else is going on? Anything else you want to cover? You got
Well,
to plug something? Talk to me.
no, like I said, I have a website forthcoming. That's kind of lame that I don't have one yet, but I'm going to have one soon. I'm working on some more YouTube content, and I'm going to be looking for more dueling gigs and more solo gigs, actually, in different kinds of shows down here in Florida. But yeah, just looking
Nice.
forward to whatever future brings here.
Yeah, dude. Are you going to go back to ships if they launch back out again?
Yeah, I am. I don't know if I've heard that the ones we were working on, the breakaway getaway, and the might be in January,
Yeah.
but I don't know if part of me is thinking maybe I might want to wait to see if the vaccine does come around and if people are using it and it's
Wait till
good and
later in the
everything.
year.
Yeah, maybe. What about you?
Well, I was gonna go right away, man. But there was a cruise. They just started doing. There's some ships that have been sailing over in Europe, and they're doing okay. But there was a Caribbean ship that sailed with 50 or I don't know. But they had an outbreak on there, and they had to go back and cancel the cruise. And I heard that, and that
Oh,
wasn't
yeah.
real settling. And then so I don't know. I be honest with you,
Yeah, kind of.
it was my main source of income. So I don't know.
Me too.
Yeah, I mean, my plan was to
Yeah.
go back for sure. So that's still the
I
plan.
certainly, yeah, certainly want to go back to some degree at least. I love working the ships and want to see you and all my other friends out there, hopefully.
I miss the hanging out thing too. That's the cool thing is like that
Yeah.
Bermuda ship was so much fun because if we were on for 3 or 4 weeks together, we could just go hang out, go spend the day at the port, and you knew every week that you're
Yeah.
gonna. Such a relief to work with people that you'd like to hang with. Man, it's a relief.
Yeah. Did you go to Admiralty House out there ever?
Yeah,
It's one of the
yeah,
parks. Yeah.
yeah,
Jump off the rocks. That was
yeah.
fun.
There were some great
Yeah.
places. There are a lot of great places there. I love it's beautiful there. God,
Yeah.
what a great run that was.
It was
Yeah,
very
yeah.
very
I'm gonna.
clean and not quite as touristy seeming as some of the Caribbean ports do. Bermuda was beautiful. Yeah.
You know what I think kind of helped that port was it seemed like most of the ships were there for a few days. You know what I mean? Most of the ships we
Yeah.
would come in, you were there for like 2 or 3 days. A lot of the other ports, you're there for a few hours, you leave. And I think that there
Yeah.
might be a different vibe. So, but when you're there with a bunch of people that are
Yeah.
there for 3 days, you got one day you go to to the beach, one day you go to the restaurant, one day you go to the museum, and then it's like a week.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. I guess it's so far away from most of the other ports that it just works out that way. So,
Uh, I just lost a comment. I want to make sure I can find it. Here we go. Steve Reisman again said it's also nice to see you guys too. It's more like
but
hanging
yeah, I
out with
love
good
Steve and
friends.
Jerry.
Yeah, they're great. They're awesome. I gave him a hard time last time he was on the show because I met him twice. I was the last 2 times I worked with Steve Kuba. I think I met him,
Uh-huh.
and I go and he mentioned during the show, he goes, I don't think I've ever seen you, and I go, thanks, you've seen me twice, and he's admitting, so I felt bad. So,
Yeah, well,
but yeah,
they've been friends with Steve Kuba forever. I think
yeah.
as
They
long
said
as any hopper, they
they've
come
seen
out a
him like
lot when
30
he's on
plus
the show.
times or something. I go, because I
Yeah,
asked Steve, I go, how many times have you seen him? He go, I know it's a lot. And I'm thinking, 8, like 9. And then Steve Reisman points, it's been 37 cruises we've seen. I'm like, that's a whole lot. That's a whole lot.
right.
Yeah, that's a ton. That's
Yeah,
great, though. It gets such a great feeling when they come back and it's the same people,
yeah,
and they love that too because then you see that, and then a lot of times it's cool on the ship too. You sit down and you have dinner with guests. I've done that a few times with a guest where you get a
sure.
whole week and
Yeah,
you're like, well, let's go to the Benihana place, the steak place, or the whatever. Let's sit down and have a nice meal, and just sit down and have talk.
yeah,
Because during the show, they love the show, but then you can sit down one on one with them and have a conversation. Because when you're doing the show,
uh,
you can talk to them a little bit, but you're working honestly.
you're
You
working. Yep,
gotta make the donuts, gotta sell the songs. All right, man.
yep.
We're going to say goodbye to all these people. Goodbye, all these
All
people.
right.
You've been great, Tommy. This is awesome. I'm glad the sound went perfect. You're brilliant by calling me
Went
at
good.
noon. Yeah, smart move to sound check. Like you've seen my shows before.
Yeah.
You're like, I better call Lenny to make sure we run this through once or 19 times before the show. It doesn't go
Yeah.
horribly south. All right, man. That's great. Tommy, take
Great
care of
to
yourself,
see
man.
you,
Hey,
Lenny.
thank you. Great to see you, man. I miss you, buddy. I can't wait to see you again.
Miss you
When
too.
the
And
second you
and
get,
everybody else out there who might be watching, Steve and Jerry and Steve Kuba
yeah,
and anybody else,
say goodbye to
take care.
Tommy
Stay.
Orr. Tommy, let us know when you get the YouTube stuff up. Let me know because then I always share it on the show later to get in. So then and everything we talked about will be in the bio, and everybody will know how to get a hold of you and find you on Facebook. Cool,
Very good.
great, Tommy. Take care. Stay healthy and take care of Princeton.
You too.
All
God bless everybody.
right. God bless, buddy. Be safe, buddy.
Yep.
All right, folks. That's the one and only right there. That was Tommy Orr. Hey, that show, no glitches, no problems. I'm so happy. Maybe the key is I don't put the backdrop on because I spend a lot of time struggling with the backdrop and the chaos. And Alex, yeah, the banner does get smaller. It's the same banner I had the other day. I just moved it farther back. It's got this weird glare thing, which is making me crazy. Okay, folks, that's it. Today is Wednesday. Friday. Is today Friday? No, today's Friday. I don't even know what day it is. Hold on. I want to make sure. I think it's. Oh, it is Friday. Wait, no. Yes. It's Friday. I apologize, guys. Okay, it is Friday. Next week, we have no show Monday. There's no show Monday nights, the 16th, so you're aware. So you know what's going on. The show will be on Tuesday, the 17th. So we're not doing a show Monday. We're doing it Tuesday the 17th. That's so I can watch the horrible Chicago Bears play Monday night. I'll be honest with you. I'm being greedy. I want to watch the Bears. I'm going to sit down and watch the Bears play football. Although Matt Nagy is not calling plays for those of you that really care. Monday, there'll be a whole new offensive attack, and I'll be watching it right in this chair on that monitor, probably yelling and screaming again, just as much as I always do. But we'll be back on Tuesday. My good friend John Huck will be here Tuesday night. Very funny comedian you've recognized from television. Lots of different stuff he's done. Also next week on Wednesday, let me double check. We have a full week. We have a full week next week. Look, I'm having trouble with the... Of course, why not? Why not have issues? John Huck is indeed here on Monday. Also, Wednesday, very good friend of mine, Henry Phillips will be here Wednesday, who's a great comic, entertainer, musician. He's got a ton of YouTube shows and clips that he does. Really talented. He's got his own movie that was on Showtime and Amazon, and he's a great, very talented guy. We're going to see them next week. John Huck, Henry Phillips. Also Friday, Rocky Laporte is supposed to be here on Friday. I need to talk to Rocky to make sure we're confirmed and we're ready to go. But I believe that Rocky will be here next week on Friday. So no show Monday, but back on Tuesday. You guys have been great. Thank you so much for being here. Have a great weekend. Please take care of yourselves. I wish you the best. Thank you for sticking with the show. Thank you for watching. Also, if you think about it again and you're watching at the end, bam, and you want to support the show, there's a couple options for you right there. Go to any of those options and you can throw some money at the show. I don't care how much it is. $1, $2, $5, or again, at my website, there's a $10,000 fee or pay button, $10,000 button. Feel free to hit the $10,000 button. I highly encourage anyone to hit it. Please feel free. You pay through PayPal. It's easy. Okay, you guys, that's it. You've been great. Thank you. Have a great weekend. Take care of yourselves. I wish you the best. And as always, please, please, please dream of Pinky.
Lenny Schmidt Quarantine Comedy was created, produced, and is hosted by Lenny Schmidt. We live stream on YouTube at 6 p.m. Pacific every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Special episodes occasionally stream or are uploaded on Tuesday and Thursday. Every episode is also launched as a podcast and can be heard on iTunes, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. If you enjoyed the show, please like the video. If you really like it, share the video. If you really, really like it, please subscribe to the Lenny Schmidt Comedy channel on YouTube. You'll get updates on this and numerous other online comedy content that my dad produces. Check the info section below for detailed information on all of our guests. If you are a fan, you can follow and support them as well. Go to their page, like their content, buy their albums, purchase their shirt, any merch they may be selling. Anything you do will support performers will literally help save the arts. In fact, if you want to support this show financially, just go to lennyschmidt.com/ifyoucan or Venmo at Lenny Schmidt Comedy. If you donate as little as $1 or as much as $10,000, it will help pay for the stuff my dad keeps breaking. If you can't pay for the comedy content, that's okay. COVID sucks for all of us. Enjoy the free show. If you want to find a way to support what we do, just subscribe to Lenny Schmidt Comedy channel on YouTube. That really helps a lot. Thank you for listening to my dad's show, and as always, dream of Pinky.